The Rising Sun TV. For your political, social, reliable news, The Rising Sun TV is the answer. Make us your friend for political, social, and entertainment news back home in the diaspora. Come on board, it's awareness time. Let's keep the hope alive. The Rising Sun is reliable for all.
Elections and don't come back home, the Kabudu don't grab back. Inside a Kabudu day, the good one then day, and the bad one then back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you wondering know if you dey eat well full or you go sleep hungry. You where you suit, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people ain't bang for help safe now. If we vote for good leader, we let's love for the country and the people of Salone. We all go better. If we vote man we come for can't take cake, well, he left to me. Now we get for the farm.
I know ever even vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am P, they know they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me put na me life, me put na me life. They send me one dream vote for two tapas. Me put na me life, me put na me life. Send me one dream vote for one bad dress. Me put na me life, me put na me life. They say because we born a McKinney, Me put na me life, me put na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.
All right, Fumble na Salone. Good morning, good afternoon. To Sierra Leoneans, them way they live na the diaspora, and Sierra Leoneans them way they live na, Sierra Leoneans them way they live back home. To comrade, sympathizers, supporters, members, and well-wishers of the great, mighty All People's Congress, the APC. To comrades, sympathizers, supporters, members, and well-wishers of the great, mighty All People's Congress, the APC. To my fellow grassroots supporters them of my own party, the People's Party, the mighty All People's Congress, the APC. I want to use this day as opportunity for greet we all in the spirit of good comradeship, as it marked today the 28th day of May. Other parts, it marked the 29th day also, where it will be Monday as it is on my own side. It happened for me Sunday. Some parts were in a Monday in Sierra Leone calendar, the 29th, it will be, it will be a red Monday outside the APC and that of its party national leader and flag bearer Dr. Matthew Wilson Samura Kamara will make an official launching of in manifesto na Lagunda, where that one they go happened 9 o'clock in the morning hours, and also then go do also another launching of the very manifesto 12 noon na the Brahma Atuga Mini Stadium. In the Brahma Atuga Mini Stadium, all comrades, sympathizers, supporters, members, well-wishers of the party are invited. In the Lagunda launching winner, the official, that one day has been lengthily elaborate in the previous audio, the past audio, say it got for deal with the international partners then. You know, as president, one of the things that manifesto na policy statements them did it. Now waiting the president get for can work. And the APC will use that as an opportunity, say our international partners and also the international community and observers them, they into that particular country now as it is. We use that as an opportunity for make sure say we go and do official launching of the manifesto na Lagunda, 9 o'clock in the morning hours. 12 o'clock, comrade sympathizers, supporters of the general membership of the Mighty All People's Congress could get the opportunity for avail themselves or listen also to the launching of the manifesto na Brahma Atuga Mini Stadium, where that one day na Red Monday. Every comrade sympathizers are encouraged for make una go do una peaceful procession to the Brahma Mini Stadium, Brahma Atuga Mini Stadium. Fabulem, as I say, today go happen for be the 28th, some partner, the 29th day of May this year, 2023. This now you program the elections of, and this program they come to you under the courtesy of the Rising Sun. And we will bring this program to you, my name now Emmanuel. And as I say again, you get this message under the courtesy of the Rising Sun, where now you program the elections of. Now, my family. Let's start by this. I see a disturbing video where I want to play out there to the general public out there, to Sierra Leoneans them where they live at home, and Sierra Leoneans them where they live now the diaspora, and to the general membership of the Mighty All People's Congress, the APC. I know many of you don't see this video, but again, I don't want for making I get anything where like it will be disturbance or frightened to know. Me now they use the opportunity here and the voice of Ina and others in one accord. They call the APC for make the APC come out now with them position. And in this person where they into this video we go by the name of DIG or AIG Assistant or Deputy Assistant Inspector General of the Sierra Leone Police way now Bremaja for resign immediately. Bremaja need for tender in resignation immediately, and the party need for hire this and wire this seriously in a serious form, and the party need for say this, and the party need for take a position towards this. You see, Bremaja desperately in a statement into that police press conference stated that in another way say they are ready to kill innocent and peaceful and harmless Sierra Leoneans back in the Republic of Sierra Leone. So in short matter, they kindly they say this to Sierra Leoneans then, please, for in a way they back home or way they na the diaspora, in enough afraid at all in enough afraid. And I want to say this to Bremaja. Bremaja, look, we know the SLPP don't lose these elections. Me, I know I said the SLPP they don't lose these elections. Sierra Leoneans them know say the SLPP don't lose these elections, but this also in that system of in a systematic or systemic way, where in a one bring camp for put frightenness into the people where that one they go cause voter apathy, like the centers them for get the reduced numbers or people afraid for go out there for go vote as in a say in a ready for them. The people are ready for you also. And Bremaja, I want to make you aware of this. Whenever police can put up short misbehavior or police can put up short negative act, police can get themselves for blame, and it can always be at the negative detriment of police. And police can suffer the great or highest casualty of the deeds them where they can do. And the people are ready this time. The people are not afford for Badabio for can't take another 5 years again for kill them. If Badabio don't use less of 5 years, it don't go for nothing. Waiting for be the other 5 years. Now just see they can't do it, no care. If they want them vote for them again, if they want them not vote for them again. So the people are ready to resist you, Bremaja. The people are ready to resist your police officers. So that is why we are calling on the APC for looking to this video where I can play, for looking to Bremaja in statement them, and also make sure say Bremaja resign. Bremaja, you need for tender your resignation immediately from the Sierra Leone police. The APC for also work in accordance with this, with those people who are the international partners them in the Republic of Sierra Leone, the British Embassy, the American Embassy, and all other embassies, the one foreign embassies in the Republic of Sierra Leone, as well as those who come as observers, the AU, the EU, all others were concerned into these elections. Therefore, make sure say they tender a letter to them, where that letter they are in concern of this video also, or in regards of this video where they can play with Bremaja in statement them for make Bremaja resign immediately. As a party or behalf of the people of the Republic of Sierra Leone, we cannot afford to go into an elections of this. Usai police, they make a threat, and we all know say the police they into this usual habit or into their usual practice. Whenever they feel disagree with the people, instead of bringing the matter on the table, now for raise an AK-47 and tear gas canisters against the people. As a party, as a people, we are not ready for lose any life again into these elections. We know that the people were responsible now for conducting the elections. It's not the police, but that's of the PPRC and that's of the ECSL. now they get the responsibility for make sure say they conduct the elections. And the APC for make sure say they tender also this concern also to the Sierra Leone army for sure say we are ready to take the next governance, and we are cannot afford for make sure say we see any of the people have died into these elections. So the APC need for come out now with their immediate response and immediate positions about this particular statement then we Premaja make into this video. But before I take me time come and elaborate or say things then about this video or do me autopsy or promoting into this video, I go like for play this video for viewers them out there or listeners them we go get the opportunity for listening to this statement them where Premaja make, and like we come and do a promoting or an autopsy about this particular video.
And we also see some political actors say, now this government when I want to bring back, this one we want to bring and they make Salon ungovernable. Then let them be warned that we are prepared for that. If their business is not peace, the people have a choice to decide who should govern them. That is Western democracy. And that is why when we are policing them, we say policing by consent. And so if you lose the election, you think that you will come and make this country ungovernable, then understand that Sierra Leone police will not entertain that at all. Will not entertain that at all. And we are fully prepared and fully deployed. And the deployment we have had in the western area, we are replicating, in fact, we have replicated it right across this country. And when we recently toured this country under the leadership of the NS Code, the CDS and the Honorable Inspector General were all there and other stakeholders, we made it known to those LECs where they have military presence and they also have military presence right across the country, that they should engage their military counterparts where they see security at stake, and they will be able to address that adequately. At regional level, the RICPOL and the brigade commanders should be able to be conducting meetings with NS Code and other stakeholders with primary forces and their counterparts. They will be able to organize and address security as they come. And as we are here, we are 24 hours awake. And that is why we want people to understand that why they are snoring. We let them enjoy their snores because we are awake. The police is awake. And so 24 hours, if you call my brother here, he will respond to us. If you call any of these police officers, they will respond to you. Equally so. But let me tell you equally that we have been able to establish our FM radio 91.1. It's actually undergoing test. We always say that we are journalists, so you're coming to believe that. So the 98.1 is, we want to call it a security radio. That radio is to get it straight to the community members. We advise them, we talk directly to them, what is expected of them. And we are ensuring that we provide all their security. But to whom much is given, much is expected, is said. And so, we invite you here, as I always say, through you, you get to members of the public, for them that they can sleep and snore. The Sierra Leone police, the military, and their partners are awake. Those who do not believe in peace will be forced to believe in peace. But then most importantly, we want you and the public to understand that the propaganda they are actually passing around that, oh no, now the ruling government is help police for who? That is not true. The ruling government is law-abiding. They believe in rule of law. They are politically tolerant. And those actually that claim that the police is at the beck and call of the ruling government are those that are not politically tolerant, are those that don't believe in rule of law. Let me give you a clear example. In 2012, the ruling government at this point lost election. They went to the judiciary, which is actually there to look into their case. They were denied that chance. The rule of law, the judiciary could not hear them. And when they did not hear them, what did their flag bearer do? he packed his bag and said, "Look, let I go London, let I go do PhD." And then he left to read abroad. And in 2018, the opposite happened. A political party leader lost the election. He did not go to election. He did not go to the judiciary, which is provided to actually look into his case and see whether there were issues of his concern and they were genuine, but simply said, "I will make Sierra Leone ungovernable." And we have been around the police. I can happily actually state that almost the age of some of my colleague journalists I see here.
Famulem, for times being sick, I no one for proceed that too long. Don't listen to those statements of AIG Bremaja, right? And let's not forget, say, some couple of years ago, this very AIG Bremaja, and I want for urge or employ Sierra Leoneans them out there for produce an audio where Bremaja then states or he makes statement them inside that audio. They say, look, in Inokia, he go do whatever way he want for do and make sure say where he don't do all the atrocities then he go sit down na in village na Kainlang or he left the country. That one day Bremaja be make inside that particular audio. The audios are out there. That's why I say I want for employ Sierra Leoneans then for bring those audios them out. But what is more worrisome here is that now when you get a police where not the keep up to the taxi, then a police for good or police for the people of the Republic of Sierra Leone. As a force for good by rights, then get the right or the moral obligations for keep records or data of past events them. The police and the judiciary, they are relative. The police and the judiciary, the court, are brother and sister. That is why sometimes police can simply justify that, say, when somebody they in custody, the court now don't give them that authority, say, the court not get some side for keep that person. Now the court they give say this person will remind them. And who side they remind them? Now the police. So the police always they into the presence of the court whenever the court they make some judgment or whenever the court they make some proceedings. The police did it. So when you look at it, the police and the court, they are relative, brother and sister or sister and brother, like one family. So it's there the responsibility or moral responsibility of the police for keep all records of the court sittings, court proceedings, or court happenings. When Bremaja make that statement, at first, let we look into the first statement where Bremaja make. Bremaja say, the ruling government is that of a government where they now a well-responsible political party, now law-abiding political party. Weto, Bremaja, you are a police officer. Would that make you a judge over Israel? That's the number one question. Some of us have the opportunity for listening and view to the PPRC commissioner where na Abdullahi Wetin Masambe Bangura, Mohammed Masambe or whatever. He make them clearly for we know say both political parties, especially the two giant political parties, are cooperating to the memorandum of understanding signed as a treaties by them into the PPRC where they go sit down, they talk, then they comply by that, it commend them. Would that now you as a police for go say the ruling government more responsible? If you say the ruling government more responsible, the ruling government say this, it's like you are taking side for the ruling government against the opposition. What that means? That means as a police officer now you are inciting the states. You are inciting the states. That's an incitement. You see, sometimes when people can talk, they call, we say, we are inciters, then they incite the states. Would they say this? Would they say that? Would they say that? But you as a police officer, at which yardstick will you draw? Even the yardstick where you draw, or the example or the scenario where you try for create, for justify the SLPP as the ruling government say they are responsible, they are democratic, they are law-abiding, they are this, they are that. It's a very poor and that of a childish example or a childish yardstick where you make it. Just like when they say you are doing gobbledygook. Yes. Now that's scenario you create. Now that's example you make. And that is why some of us, they call for your immediate resignation in the Sierra Leone police. We call for your immediate resignation. How can you tell us that the SLPP is a democratic party, a party that cannot allow citizens to exercise their democratic and liberty right in the Republic of Sierra Leone? How can you tell me that the SLPP is democratic by them for make sure they engage the citizens whenever they have disagreements, but bring the police in, go down there, kill people in Makeni, kill people in Togo, kill people in My 91, even harmless and defenseless prisoners them in the Pademba Road maximum or correctional centers? You went there aided by the SLPP government, kill those peaceful prisoners them where in the protest. You call that a democratic government? A government where they adhere to the concerns, the needs of in people them. When in people them say this, the best thing where they do now for go now they host them, arbitrary system, fend them at night, pull them, gun down and kill them. How can you tell me a government of SLPP is democratic when the minister of deputy minister of internal affairs is, his name has been put into the commission when the president say let them go around for do that findings them about the August 10th protest. Then find out say Lima in them they say they go around net and kill people. How can you tell me a government is democratic when in people they come out in a peaceful protest, they call them a terrorist? How can you tell me a government when people in the cry say we're not satisfied with what you they do? We want for protest in they hold on to the people and rights, especially in the police, Brahmaja, and aided by the SLPP government. You come here and tell me say it's democratic. Did you know what is democracy? Brahmaja, can I school you? Can you allow me to school you? Oh yes, I can school you, Brahmaja. I can school you as a police officer. Do you know what the rule of law is? Do you know, Brahmaja, what the separations of power is? When we get a country, people and one for sure the international wall and one for sure the Stop Mano River Union say, Sierra Leone, we want to take ourselves into a more democratic system by the people out there voting the APC parliamentarians to control the legislative house, whether house they now information say then check the excesses powers of that of the executive wing of government by them also for make sure say create and formulate good laws. Them what happened? They vote in the APC for the legislative house, which is the parliaments. Then they vote SLPP as the in fact give the result for that of the executive house, the presidency. What happened? The presidency fall and siphon or muscle that of the judiciary and that of the legislative house. Is that a democracy? By them coming to parliament, the SLPP government do a petition ambushing against parliamentarians, remove them in forceful way, beats them, and make sure say they go around, they're not satisfied, and kill one of those honorable parliamentarians. When that man, Aziz Keru, go now in an office, now the CID headquarters, when that man come out, now the CID, he can't die. You say the SLPP is democratic? Is that why you call democracy? Brahmaja, which school you attend? Which school you sit down? Which school you sit down or which school you attend? When the rule of law tell we say the rule of law should be applied to everybody and the rule of law should be equal to everybody. The rule of law, nobody is above the law and the law should be respecters of none. Today what we see, the law is respecters of few of the SLPP, pauperistic, gangster and hooligans in the country. Can you tell me, Brahmaja, as you highlight SLPP as a democratic political party or law-abiding party, how many of SLPP surrogate them when I don't find one thing, including the SLPP thugs and reckless chairman and leader where they get in the SLPP, where now that man out na the column, he getting useless name out na column na the SLPP, Brahmaja, where that man they na a murderer, he kill, una SSF attest in a detain the man na CID, Brahmaja. In a detain and a CID, but we don't do in that country. We see Innocent Abubakar Darami and that of this man where now the former mayor Abba George Williams in a take them and lock them for almost 1 year in Pademba Road. 1 year almost in Pademba Road. But you guys cannot go and put the SLPP chairman or leader na Pademba Road where he killed Don Paul. You want to tell we say the SLPP is democracy? How can you tell we the SLPP is democracy? Bremaja, when you get a first lady, he make a statement say, all those people, when on the lip service, when on the sing and praise, matter be whether I do good or not do good, or people in the criticizer. But Ingo make sure say then constitute a mob justice, go around and beat people and kill people and for waiting they do, and call salon people and say bad hearts. Then you can't tell we say, is that democracy? Is that democracy? How can you tell we that is democracy? You have the SLPP hooligan talks them, left them party secretary at their office, then go all the way now ECOWAS Street, then go thief people and market the way they did by that ECOWAS Street by Lucozade, those buffer them where people in they put them businesses them. They run come back now the SLPP office, including Presiding come back and tell we say, oh now APC do, when the evidence are out there clear, indicate brother like they and show say now SLPP then go thief people then. How can you tell me the SLPP is democratic when we see the whole Minister of Transport and Aviation, Cabinet cannot go into the constituency 110 by elections, go there and raise ballot boxes with ballot papers and inside people and don't vote into that, smash and broke those box system, nyama them papers and they none of them in not hold them into arrest or find them wanting. And there comes in a rata in a surrogate and come and tell people them say, look, this particular act will happen, it's done by us and we are hired and we are charged by the SLPP to go and do that one day. Is that democracy? Is that democracy? How can you tell me a democracy when the parliament then go there install a speaker of the house where not to the way right way how they want for install them at the parliament there? Remove 10 honorable parliamentarians, go unlawfully install 9 SLPP parliamentarians them unlawfully. Is that democracy, Brahmaja? You can't tell we about? Now, so you they define democracy, Brahmaja? Is that how you define the word democracy? Is that how you say democracy? SLPP, they go round, look at the play system. That boy, I wanna call her Michael Mansare, waiting up and make sure say he come out Independence Day. He said this independent, that was 2001 or so. He come out on that independence, say this now a black independent. This sports stadium, he said now President Ernest Bai Koroma former na in Bilam. This now Ernest Bai Koroma na in Duan. Waiting in I don't do. And I go around and do a brother like kidnapping of that very boy, Michael Mansare, and go and incarcerate that boy there and lie param say the boy gets drugs the way he puts now in us way the boy in West or in woman where them born them picking them na nurse. They can't tell we say the SLPP democratic. Even somebody well in a SLPP polo come out na bo okelema. If they cry SLPP say mother bio don't do wrong, only in megaphone or in PA system in a older Monday in a jail for nothing. Is that a democratic government? Is that a democratic government? Inside the inner your SLPP Brahmaja, and no say you now and SLPP cause supporters. Somebody within the SLPP there. He criticized SLPP ministers, them, including Madabi, waiting and do to that man. The older young boy, they beat him, they turn him around, then the boy come back again and say, "Dear, always here, say I no mean for Siamu, I get bipolar." The boy puts Chris by himself just like that. You say now a democratic political party. The one way better happen among the SLPP folks we go by the name Rati, and that's what Abravo waiting in a do. In a go and all Rati beat him well. Rati self not satisfied. Waiting self do. He come and all a person mentally disabled when a blacker all and brother like they in a beat him and peace param. Chap him. You say that one in a democracy, it done by the SLPP person. If that one day be happen, say now an APC person, just I like saying that just a person where they support APC. No. What have happened now? If for the rotting in language today, na Pademba Road Correctional Center. Oh yes, if for the language today, na Pademba Road Correctional Center. But because that person is not an APC person and that's not SLDP person, una left him. How biased you guys are, how wicked and evil you guys are. You can't tell people this is a set fire, this is an intimidation. Una they try for intimidate. Look, Brahmaja, We are not going to be frightened. We are not going to tolerate this. The people are going to come out and they are going to resist your policemen. Hey, having tear gas canisters, having AK-47, you can kill all, but you cannot kill the people. That is why some of us will urge the APC now for come out with a position about the statements we in a make. Mama Jala school you. You can't talk about, say, 2012 when Madabio lost the elections. Madabio go court, the court not adhere or the court not listen to that particular court sittings or proceeding. There was court proceedings. There was court proceedings. It proceed to an effect to its end part. When the court do all the findings them and tell Madabio, say, look, now so and so happened, you lost these elections. The court listened to them. How on earth is police officer? A police officer like you, they can lie blatantly, brother, like they into a press conference into the people of that country when the records are out there. Now they come, they air and abet SLPP into their wrongdoings. They can't lie on the country. They tell people, them say the police or the court, the Sierra Leone judiciary not listen to the 2012 petition. And when Madabio do to us in lose one in the court of Sierra Leone, Brahmaja, they can't lie on people in Brahmaja. That is why the citizen, we are calling for the APC for take them position and also do your resignation now. We cannot afford to go into these elections. People like you there into these elections is that you are going to kill our people and we cannot afford to lose any lives into these elections again, Brahmaja. They can't lie on the country. They tell the people and say the Sierra Leone judiciary not listen. People fact check me out here. The judiciary listen to the case. The judiciary listen to the case. And when Brahmaja make that short statement, they say the judiciary not listen to the case. Madabio pack in panties there, they go doing doctorate. Where is the doctorate of Madabio? Where the doctorate of Madabio? You see, it's sad. This is deceptive. This is lie. This is crook. This is rogue. This is a form of aiding and abetting SLPP into their wrongdoings. And we know say this now also a plan of the SLPP in the systemic form, say where they don't fail all avenue or all side, they don't lose the elections. Now waiting the one for who? The one for use the Sierra Leone police for being frighteners into the people. Look, Brahmaja, the people are ready. The people are ready. Brahmaja, you remember when the rebellion came January 6th, what happened on the air fasting time? Police officers, I hate to say this, but they were burned with tires. They were killed because of certain things that like in a way, they take side of them. So now you are so biased in your policing. This is what we call an absolute biasness for aiding and abet the SLPP in their wrongdoings. With all the kill where SLPP don't kill in that country, then they tell people and say, now this kind of government, they want to make the camp. Someone come out when we go to England, what he talk? He said, we in the sense Sierra Leoneans, if we vote for the APC, the SLPP back for coming to governance, we go continue for destroy the country. Continue to destroy the country in the sense that SLPP now the means of destroying the country. Let me educate you, Brahmaja. Listen, SLPP is the source and the means of destroying the Republic of Sierra Leone. So if we vote for SLPP, we Sierra Leoneans, we vote for SLPP for another 5 years. What do we do? Not all like say we don't vote back for destroy the country, so we go continue for destroy the country. When you allow SLPP to be back in governance or voting for SLPP for another 5 years, it's like we vote for SLPP back for destroy the country. The source of destroying the country today is the SLPP government. But look at it, inflation rate right now today of basic commodities, basic needs of the people. Even when the people them they see that they skyrocket astronomically in the country. Sierra Leoneans want for protest. Are you guys giving the people the chance? Are you guys giving the people the right? Waiting in that they do, always casting on APC and give them 21 days ultimatum, including ordinary students and whether the Leonco or Leonco University. What happened in Agovia? Jail those prisoners there, those students, then beat them, lock them up, even to the one who believe the protest Thomas Moy Conte in Aputana jail and arrest them, including civil society groups and Edmond Abu Jr. and others, then we want for crime for fear and tax also where they raise into the network system in the Republic of Sierra Leone, in Olam and go and jail them also. People not get rights for say waiting and one for say in the country. Civil society groups in the Sierra Leone, they have been shut up. They have been, I mean, quiz. I mean that hydraulic way when I don't compress them in the country, that those civil society groups also not get the rights in the country for say then they come here and open you dirty what they can't tell we say you SLPP then democratic. Then they go make an instance to Samura Kamara in statement. Did you able for listen that statement? Did you able for listen to the statement now one and also make sure say you able for understand the right context of the statement where Samura make? Samura make, you see, this is why always sometimes I'm saying this to the APC secretariat. Yeah, listen, some certain things like this, we need also when the police they make this and attack them back again. The people of that country believe, and I say this, if the APC, people elect Premaja like this going into this election, trust me, APC going to win this election, but we are going to lose citizens. We are going to lose innocent and peaceful Sierra Leoneans into that country, like what happened August 10 protest. We are going to lose Sierra Leoneans. We are going to lose people into this election. If the APC people like Premaja continue to do a policing into the Republic of Sierra Leone as the Sierra Leone police, yeah, with the lost citizens. Look, when Lima been go if fets, that fet na family fet will happen between the Rogers and the Biode and Nabont districts. Lima go na radio SLBC when they not call them. Even though where the lady Awa say, make I put you on the radio, make I put you on the phone. He say no, he go there, he go if fit. It was between he and SLBC. SLBC take the matter to court. What happened? The old Lima can go na Paremba Road, then go lay down there. And that very day when Lima in matter they come up, Prince Adin that talk where they get. What in Prince Adin come and tell the Sierra Leone police where the Inspector General at that time when Aliyu Francis Munuse, Aliyu Munuse, he said, look, me no get time for waiting that they do. It's like I do things them. Me I get work for you. Then call immediately for the resignation of Francis Aliyu Munu. When his statement not detriment to this one, when an inciting statement, when this one an aiding and abetting of the SLPP for go around and kill with people, because this don't give a blatant or an open scope of the SLPP say let them go around and kill with people. How can you tell we say the SLPP is democratic with all those hooliganism, horrific things, kill people, innocent brother we sit on Makeni not do nothing, in a go around and all and Makeni una kill that brother man for nothing. They can't tell who SLPP is democratic. A country, a government where they lie, the first lady, they go and deep in hand, deep pocket into the consolidated fund just like that. Then when it comes in the fight corruption, now all the opposition members then in the hole and can them go today now the criminal investigation department. Now they will see anti-corruption, the fight against, they can't tell we say the SLPP is democratic. It's not the responsibility of the police for tell me. If anything ever happen, like say they want to tell you about democracy in the country, they want to tell we say, hey, this political party they do it. Now the PPRC where they regulate political party act or where they govern political party activities in the Republic of Sierra Leone. Now they into that capacity and into that responsibility. Not to you, Brian Machawi, you're not a novice, you're not a stark illiterate, a big fool like you, they can't sit there, they can't tell me nonsense. I'm going to educate you this night. You talk say Samura Kamara no ke go down matter na court. Look, I want to say this fact. Check me out there. Even CVR online Kablai and also been team up and join Samura Kamara for make sure say they can go this matter na court. And the court listen to the matter. Samura Kamara patiently make sure say the court listen to the matter, take to the end part. And the party where they act today, where now the National Secretary General of the party, Lawyer Lansana Doumbouya, and they call you this into it, Mr. Doumbouya. I want to make you take this matter very serious. You don't listen to waiting Brahmaja talk. Brahmaja don't tell you, say, you, the party, Dr. Samura Kamara, not be take that matter in a court. Samura Kamara say, in a make sure say rampage the court, and you be represent Samura Kamara or the party in a court. And where that empire and Dr. Samura Kamara CBR or Lenka Blind and send the affidavit in a court, and the court make sure say he listen to the matter, take to the end part about 1 year or 2 years before the court come out with a verdict. Then you, Lansana Doumbouya, go sit on that country as the Secretary General of the party, where the police don't talk this, you know, come with a press release. Then I'm going to be doubtful of Mr. Doumbouya. I'm going to be doubtful this time, Manuel they said it. I'm going to be doubtful because things like this, we need for put it directly and put the record straight to the police. The APC as a political institution, we know that, we know this, we accept waiting neck court, but waiting we do as a law-abiding political party, we take the matter in a court. We not kill, we not fight, we not do nothing. In fact, Brahmaja, you as a police officer, Poseidon also, for make that statement as a substitute statement or as a doctor statement, you need for resign automatically. You need for resign because the statement where Samura Kamara make out in the general context by saying, if we get a fraudulent system, we get a fraud system, the system not they go around right way. When citizens don't go vote, say they are expecting say the outcome of the result will reflect to waiting and go vote. They not come out to them. He say it go be fed. He said then waiting will happen. He said we go have a system. He said we go fed the system. You understand? That was the actual statement of Dr. Samura Kamara. you understand, was refining, not to himself as personally say, me Samura Kamara will effect na this country, but Samura Kamara was making it generally for the common man we go don't go vote out there. Where this result, they don't feel say don't go vote, the vote for reflect to what he go vote, come out. Now that one day Samura Kamara be missing. And I want to make the APC party also the Secretary General, the national chairman, the leader of the party, when Dr. Matthew Wilson, Samura Kamara, deputy leader, the national organizing, every sectors of the party, including the deputy chairman, Ambassador Furi Yansane, to take this thing into serious consideration. Because when you get a state institution, we're supposed to protect lives and property, supposed to be a political, not for joint political party, now has become so biased, now has become so political, now has become one-sided, now has become taking side, now has become aiding and abetting factors of the SLPP for make sure say they aid the SLPP for go around and kill with people in that country. I'm afraid. What I'm afraid of, the APC is going to win this election, but we are going to lose citizens. Is the APC ready to look people like Brahmaja still continue for do a negative or bad policy in the Republic of Sierra Leone for kill with people? And when this Brahmaja in statement or in audio being there out there say they go make sure say they kill people and do all sorts of atrocity, they go sit down back now in village or they go overseas. Somebody will don't make statement like this. Then he come back, he can't take side of the SLP. Who said Brahmaja gets that yastic? Who said he draw that thing for can't tell you say the SLPP is so democratic, the SLPP is so law abiding? Okay. If you don't say the SLPP is so law abiding or the SLPP is so democratic, then tell me, Brahmaja, who that they were no law abiding, who that they were not democratic, then you are referring to the APC. Because the APC, we are saying that the police are one-sided. We are pointing hands and pointing fingers on the police. And if we point fingers on the police, then you are referring to us as a party, say we're not democratic. Do you know what that statement means? Do you know how bad that statement means? Do you know how inciting that statement means? Do you know the repercussion of that statement? That is why when prevalent in Canada country, they hold people they like una wearing uniform, then kill in a bomb una put tires una because of their short aiding and abetting your way in a do. Police should not be seen as a political institution. Police should not be seen as a one-sided state. Police should not be seen, as a one-sided institution. Police should not be seen as a state or as an institution where they aid and abet. Police should not be seen as a political institution. They should be seen as a neutral institution to protect and guide lives and properties in the Republic of Sierra Leone. Who make the police judge over Israel? If short statements for come out, it should have been a statement from the political party registration body or the political party regulating body when at the PPRC. And that is why the last time when they interviewed Abdullahi Masambe, he made it clearly. He said the two political parties are complying. The two political parties are moving towards the memorandum of understanding. Who then are you? You are speaking like an SLP person. Indeed, you are. And that is why I call on the APC for make sure say they take a solid stand against this, because we cannot lose lives again into this country. And for in a way don't see this video, I want to say this to Sierra Leoneans: do not be afraid. We are ready for the SLPP and we are ready for the police also. If they are going to use any form of violence against peaceful, harmless citizens, whether for come out for go vote that day, we are ready for them. And the SLPP is going out. And we know say this now the last source this when the SLPP want for use the police for make sure say put frightness, fear into the people. They will get voter apathy where the people and not go come out for go vote. I'm encouraging every Sierra Leonean come out on that day, the 24th day of June, where now 2023. Let us go out there and vote Dr. Matthew Wilson, Samura Kamara. My Sierra Leone, my responsibility. I think the concerns of genuine thought of the Sierra Leone police now should have been now the ECSN and listen to the demands and requests of the APC and other political parties and the state of their requests and their needs. And look how legit it are. Not to you as a police who can't take one side of it and they aid and back the SLPP. You know, it's sad when police they lie. Police should keep records. They come together where we live. Our records are with the police. Police should keep records. Now, yeah, we police you quick police the pull inform and get your records. Police should keep records. That is why every proceedings of the courts, the police they did it. The police they did it. It be now the sergeant, it be this, it be that police for day. Then they go give that matter to those way concerns where now the top high ranks and files of the police for keep those records. All matter be 2012 in matter was listening to the court and the court give judgment. The same goes again to that of Dr. Matthew Wilson, Samura Kamara. Dr. Samura Kamara no go say it fair to. It take the matter to court. The party take the matter to court. And Sylvia Blyden, you go fact check me. She was there. Ambassador Ford Ansane as the party secretary general. And one of the lawyer also, where I lawyer they now Lansana Doumbia today, the secretary general of the party. That is why they call him Ibn Dedi. Then why police? You for can lie say you they lie blatantly pan Samura Kamara say Samura Kamara no go na court. Madabio imbe go na court 2012. You know what those statements mean? You know what you are aiding and abetting the SLPP. You they give them the scope, and we are ready for them. If the SLPP want war, we give them war. They want peace, we give them peace into these elections. Enough is enough of it. Why you as police when they aid the SL? And listen, the APC secretariat. Look. Those people, they can observe the elections. A statement like this need to be called on them. A statement like this need for them to be known. Explain this statement to them, details by details, word by word, paragraph by paragraph, and play the video. If we can let in a get projector, project the video for those people where they can observe the elections and tell them, say, this now the statement of this person in the police. The APC for make sure say they do them as fast as possible, or ASP. You understand me? ACP or whatever, una do them fast as possible and make sure say una do them that fast as possible day and highlight every paragraph by paragraph. Make sure say ina tell them the statement where the person they make in English, explain that to them lengthily, let them understand and tell them see we cannot go into these elections by short persons like this day into this police. We know say this person is a bad police officer and he will give you bad policing. Una put examples them of what the police can they do. The August 10th, the Pademba Road prison, the McKinney killing, Pademba Road killing, the August 10th killing, all them things, and they also are justifiable means for tell you say Brahmaja them they do a bad policing. And Brahmaja I think now being the criminal person will be there at the CID. Now I think that operation waiting commander in the Sierra Leone police. Yeah. So we now make these statements to them and give those evidence and references of them for the statement where Brahmaja talk. But if the APC as a political party will say we are going to these elections with persons like Brahmaja into that Sierra Leone police, tell me we are going to lose people. And I want to assure this, the APC is going to win these elections, but we are going to lose innocent and our loved ones them in the Republic of Sierra Leone by we having somebody like Brahmaja where they into that Sierra Leone police. Yeah. And lastly, I want to end with this. Now just bring on this picture. Let us see this picture into this particular program before I end with this. Yeah. Look. Some time ago, I've been saying this, that was some years ago, where make this particular statement. We look at the statement, you know, that was 2020 when I said the statement. I say, Madabio and that of the SLPP, then get a huge connection with the Russia government, including that airport where they say na Sama or Samu airport where they go be. Now Russia, now they build that particular airport. Russia, they handle it. At this time of the globe, listen, for in a way they back home, where in a they get remittance with us here. In a listen, Europe, America, all inside in our people every day. And let us make this very clearly to we understand. None of Sierra Leoneans or in our people every day where they get high remittance from Russia than the one they wait in Europe. Remember no more now England no, remember now America now where now that part of the globe where the one them where they na this side now France, Canada, this they are in serious conflict with Russia. So no part of the globe no they like Europe and America where they send remittance back home in the Republic of Sierra Leone. Imagine if them people here now waiting and they say so this now the one where happen for be the European Union trade person, the European Union trade minister. Now, in right now, don't frown at Sierra Leone, so we don't make this particular statement, or we don't make these things. I go interpret them. It say, no particular sensible government or they will go want for do business with country like Russia, unless countries where happen say like what is Lukashenko where now that this country Belarus, the President Lukashenko, yeah, and Kazakhstan, and also Iran, Sierra Leone, and that of Putin. He said no country nobody will go on for do business with them. So we're not a sensible country unless you be say you know a senseless and bad president or bad leader. Imagine if Sierra Leone has been highlighted into this. I'm afraid. And this SLPP government, they are ready to make sure that they will do all what it costs for them to work with Russia and other communist states then for bring bad into the lives of the people of the Republic of Sierra Leone. And I remember the year 2020 when I said this, I said, Putin don't call African leaders. Madabio and that of Museveni now the day before, we go plot arms and ammunition into the Russia and Africa summit. And I remember that one day where they said they don't give them $200 billion or $500 billion for Africa. This now, the EU don't frown at it. Remember the one where they do business with the European Union, Africa and other partners. Don't frown at Sierra Leone, don't frown at them people here. Where they do business with Putin, they don't label Sierra Leone. Imagine. People are waiting at the diaspora where they send remittance, and the highest remittance where they go back home now from America, England, Canada, France, Germany, you name them. Now those remittance they come out. Tell me which good or which waiting. I don't say I'm down waiting about Russia. People in the years they go land this, that, now Russia. But I want to say this: most of the remittance in that country, out of or in a scale of 100%. Yeah, I tell you, 80% now Europe in the commons. 80% Europe and America. And if Europe and America don't frown at Sierra Leone today of waiting we this SLPP government they do into Russia and that of how you call them Putin, then they don't frown at we tell waiting there for be the aftermath. These people go sanction us. Sierra Leoneans, are we ready for our country to be sanctioned? Are we ready for our country, Sierra Leone, not to be within the bilateral relationship again with Europe, America, and other parts them in the globe? Are we ready to sacrifice Sierra Leone because of Russia? In this kind of operation, what would they imagine? They can put sanction, but we also again. What will Russia come and do? Russia will just come and do what they happen in Mali. You understand? What thing happen to the Mali? The people of Mali are suffering. You get the Russia Vanguard group or Wagner group or whatever, when they don't take to the Mali. You understand me? Now they mind them and they do everything where they want to do. They don't take a sections apart. In fact, that they control the executive arm of government in Mali today. The Malians are suffering. The Malians are languishing today. Are we ready also to be in a similarity like that? Are we ready also to be in a suffering situation? Look at the astronomical suffering and skyrocketing of things in the Republic of Sierra Leone. How will they suffer today? When this, this should be something to be feared, this be something to be worried for. Tell we say at all costs we need to vote the SLPP out. Good do. Let's tell SLPP and Madabio say good do. Let them go out. Lastly, I want to say this to we all. Look, vote Yvonne Akisoya, vote Dr. Matthew Wilson, Samura Kamara. Let's not do a repetition. Let's not do a mistake of what happened in the year 2018. When I go in and vote APC for parliamentarians and vote Madabio for the executive arms. When them hold the executive arms, I see how they beat honorable parliamentarians and forceful removal of them in the legislative house. Even will lead to the death of Honorable Aziz Keru. I all remember that one. I know how they beat parliamentarians. I know how then other parliaments they pass crooked laws. Them not so. I know how those other paramount chiefs them sit down with the SLPP. I know how can the young Keller and that's all some of the C4C MPs them sit down. Then they aid SLPP for commit and pass bad laws them into that parliament. Not so. What did they say? They say pass no more the law. Do the voting or win the voting. What you want for do the laws that we want for pass now they will pass and then come into light. Not so. Including the proportional representation system. When the guy they want for pass them pass them free. They no question or they no ask nobody not to so. Always in them they want for go do another parliament. Whether the APC parliamentarians they go up them for run then come home, then they do them. And what thing they come say they do, they say it's please the president to say this. It's please the president to do that. We see how then they pass laws then. Say then laws are so na state of emergency laws. But the things that we follow the state of emergency, then they do them not so. We see all the bad things then what then they do, how they hold down mayor, then they beat at the municipality. And you guys want to repeat the same thing again. You say vote. Listen, by you voting mayor, they tell you say by you voting, say you go vote for Gentle because of one kind of your picture or the other. Say you go vote for Samura Kamara. Listen, it's a losing vote. You are voting for SLPP as well. Why is the SLPP then go get them bulk vote then at the strong vote and get vote again at the municipality? We cannot afford that. Vote Yvonne Akisoya. This election is an election of symbol. Vote the APC. Any side you see APC, whether I get APC or not get APC, as long as now APC, vote APC. Now APC now get this elections and a symbol get this election. vote APC. I want to use the opportunity here and say plenty, thank you for inner will listening and the help for disseminate and use una little resources them into the message here where we bring come to in under the courtesy of the Rising Sun. As I said, this time you program the elections up, and this program they come to you under the courtesy of the Rising Sun. Before I left we again solidly, I want to call on the executive wing of the APC, the National Secretary General, the Deputy Secretary General, and that of the chairman, and that of the deputy chairman, the leader and deputy leader, the National Organizing Secretary, the National and Publicity Secretary and deputy of all those administrative wing in the APC for saying this statement where Brian Majak called, we for make sure say Brian Majak for do an immediate examination and justify the reasons then why Brian Majak for resigns. The justifications are there also into the statement. Sierra Leone police not get the right for can't tell we say this political party now they do better pass this, or this political party a better pass that other one day, or this political party now in sabi pass this, or that political party now in democratic that day. It's not the concerns of the police. Therefore, go lay complaint. When they lay complaint, what in the police for do? Now for take statement, profile the matter, and send and go to court. It's not the responsibility of police. The responsibility for somebody for say short. So now the political party registration body or the political party regulating body, we for regulate all political activities in the Republic of Sierra Leone. We for regulate all political doings in the Republic of Sierra Leone. That is why we get a PPRC, whether PPRC now a constitutional part, a constitutional body of the Sierra Leone 1991 Constitution. So there is no right for Brian Majak for come and take side for the police. In need for resign immediately. You speak like an SLPP person and it's so justifiable. Why must you take side? And we cannot afford for going to these elections with somebody like Brian Majak into these particular elections. I want to say this. Do not fall victims like what happened in 2018. And Sierra Leone, I the one for no, with all the suffer when they suffer back home, so when they suffer back home, in a want for Sidon, let in a see them pass sanctions or embargo in Sierra Leone. The European Union are not going to do business with Sierra Leone. They are not going to do business with Sierra Leone if you are saying that they vote Mada back. Trust me, they are not going to do business. You know what it means for the European Union business minister to make this statement? And I know what he mean. And I know how the Western don't suffer from this SLPP hands. Mada Biosef accepts that when they say business entities, them when they come now the country for make them go do business. SLPP no agree, seize the line in my sorry, the mining license now they are, as I say. You understand? Seize those mining license now they are, train them people and they put them back behind unless where there's companies them, then go back now the international court and go sue SLPP. We lost a huge amount of money into that suit where Gerard Mining Company, where now a company we comprise of the United States and that of the Great Britain, go sue the Republic of Sierra Leone now the international court. You know how many business merchants them where they sit on Bloomberg, where they want to do business, where they now this country, where they side to me now how we call this Belgium. You know how many business merchants them sit on Belgium, where they afraid for go do business na salon, where this very police, where they aid the SLPP today, then put frightness into the people and for can do business. Now country they not can they can't tell we say the SLPP is more democratic because matter be okay going matter in a court. You say the judiciary is also need for take a position about it. The APC also for call the judiciary into this, yeah. The judiciary for come into play about this matter and make a correction of it. And when they make corrections of it, short person where they into short office, enough fit for all an office of this. Because if you get the record blatantly, you can't lie and aid the SLPP. That sound negativity, that sound incitiveness, and that is aiding and abet of the SLPP for do wrong into the lives of our people. Yeah. And Babatunde Edward, you then at that country as you now the how would they call them the CJ, you then at that country as the CJ, and you for make sure say you come and tell the police the reality and put the record straight. The court be look into that matter, and Samua Kamara in matter, the court be look into him as well. Because when police they lie, you dey give scope to the SLPP for go wrong and do the bad things. When police they lie, you dey give scope to those people where they perpetrate violence into the life of harmless and peaceful citizens of that country for make them continue with those things. And it's the responsibility now, or moral values, or moral responsibility of the court for come inside also and put the record straight to AIG Remaja and ask for immediate resignation. I want to use the opportunity for say plenty thank you as we look for get into we other subsequent program. Them this is now the elections up, and this program come to you under the courtesy of the Rising Sun. We bring this program to you. I go by the name Emmanuel of the Rising Sun. Let us stay safe, we stay blessed. God bless you all, and God bless Mama Salu. Thank you.
The Rising Sun TV. For your political, social, reliable news, The Rising Sun TV is the answer. Make us your friend for political, social, and entertainment news back home in the diaspora. Come on board, it's awareness time. Let's keep the hope alive. The Rising Sun is reliable for all.
Election 10 don't come back home, the Kabudu don't grab back. Inside a Kabudu day, the good one then day, and the bad one then back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat well full or you dey sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people and bang for every step now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salon, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can't take cake, well, he left so we. Now we get for the family.
I know ever vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They send me one green vote for two tapas. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. They vote say because we born a Mackin. Me vote na me life, me vote na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.